go. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. This video is a little bit different, but I hope you guys like the topic, so definitely let me know. And let's just hop right into it pretty much. I know y'all, I'm looking a little different. I wanted to let my natural hair breathe. So, you know, this is just what it's looking like right now. But this topic, I was kind of iffy about. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. And side note, if you guys hear noise in the background, once again, y'all know I have 3 kids. So they're just running amok right now, okay? So just bear with me. But this was just really on my spirit. I prayed about it. I'm just like, God, like, is this something that I should talk about? Because it's not something that I discuss out loud, you know, to my audience. It's not the main focus of my channel or just my brand in general. But when God says move, you move just like that, pretty much. So I know it's just a little bit early, and you know, we are jumping right into Christmas before like the new year and stuff, but I was just thinking about this year and kind of what this year has taught me, and just really digging deep into my faith and just what God has taught me. Y'all, 2021 had me in a chokehold, okay? Like, it was just absolutely positively ridiculous. But you know, I'm gonna keep pushing, and I know that I'm gonna make it, I promise. But it was just really bad to the point where I didn't want to pray, I didn't want to read my Bible, I didn't want to fast, I didn't even want to listen to gospel music. And for those who know me personally, my faith is so important to me, and it's just such a big part of my life. It's always been a big part of my life. I got baptized when I was like 10, 11. So it's just always been a part of my life. You know, I went to church literally every day. Wednesdays was Bible studies, Friday was youth group, Saturday was choir practice, like, you know, literally every single day. But I was fortunate enough that it wasn't something that was forced on me. My mom has always just told us, hey, listen, Sundays we're going to church, that's it, that's all. But it was never like, oh, if you don't do X, Y, and Z, you're going to hell. Like, she was never that type of parent, nor my dad either. They never kind of bashed us or made us feel guilty about like any decisions that we made, and kind of put fear into us about like our decisions and things like that. So I'm very, very grateful for them for doing that. But that kind of molded how I viewed church, and how my husband and I should say, plan to raise our kids. You know, not to force our own thoughts about Christianity and religion. You know, let them come to that conclusion themselves, and all we do is lead by example. And that was something that my parents did, especially my mother. She led by example. My mom's a powerful prayer woman, y'all. I'm convinced she has Jesus on the main line, okay? Can't get nothing past my mom. But so I said all that to say that faith has always just been such a big thing for me. And this year has been so hard in that aspect, that the enemy was just like, I got her, she's done, she's not praying anymore, she's not, like, when I tell you I wasn't praying, y'all, like, I wasn't praying, I wasn't worshiping, nothing, like praising, nothing at all. And you know, I started, you know, looking at different things. I started questioning, like, not questioning if God was real, but just questioning this whole entire spirituality. I was just going on that journey of what that is, you know. And it's very difficult being not only Black but also being Haitian. There's just so many things that were taken from us, pretty much, you know. And African spirituality is so beautiful, as are all other forms of religion. But I just felt kind of like a pull towards that, and just kind of like wanting to know more, wanting to kind of get in touch with that, because all that I knew was Christianity, and I wanted to know more about my roots pretty much, because I wasn't taught anything else. And that's just kind of difficult, because growing up you would hear anything that is not Christianity was demonized, is still demonized, and that didn't sit well with me. And on top of that too, just kind of how Christianity was introduced to, you know, my ancestors, you know, and things like that. So it's just kind of like, what is the Bible? Is it real? Is it what we're teaching ourselves, what we're teaching our kids? Is it real? Pretty much. And that sat with me, and I was confused for many months on what to do, what I, in a sense, I don't want to say believed in, because I believed in God then, I still do now. But you know, I just wasn't sure how to go about it. I just felt like everything that was taught to me, that I was raised in, was a lie. That's just the simple fact. And just, you know, using that force, using that thought process into researching different things, like I wasn't really necessarily into like crystals or anything like that, but though they're pretty, but I just was like, that doesn't seem right to me. Like, I don't know how that works, and that's not something that interests me. And I was like, I really don't want to do voodoo or hoodoo or anything like that. I don't play about spirits. That's not my vibe. You know, I'm Haitian, y'all. I know they're not only used for bad, but those closed practices are closed practices for a reason, and I'm not going to dibble and dabble in things that I know nothing about. That's just the easiest way to put it. So I was just, you know what, let me just see what it is. And, you know, just scrolling on TikTok and all those kind of things, and, you know, this whole surge of like manifestation and things like that was just really popular this year, I feel. You know, it kind of blew up, you know, so those things were coming across like my timeline, like my For You page, I should say, like on TikTok. And I was like, okay, this is cool, you know, let's try this out, let's see what this is, let's manifest things, pretty much. And, you know, I was like, ugh, it won't do no harm. And I remember specifically, like, this video was just like, oh, every year, every first of the month you have to do this thing, and it's just like, wash your hands with cinnamon and salt and like manifest like a prosperous month or something along those lines. And I was like, oh, well, it can't hurt. Feels like God isn't hearing me anyway. And I feel like I was just being knocked down. I was depressed, anxiety, suicidal, honestly. I was like, oh, let's just try something different, pretty much. We were getting hit left and right, so I was like, something has got to give, pretty much. So I did it, and, you know, I was like, okay, this is cool, this is fine. You know, listening to manifestations, creating my own, and I just was just like, this isn't really doing it. So I just stopped. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. This isn't working. This isn't what I want to do. And I never really kind of got back into like praying consistently and like listening to the gospel music consistently and things like that afterwards. And then the month of November, I want to say, came around, and, you know, my husband came to me, he's like, hey babe, like, I think we should like really fast and for X, Y, and Z, pretty much. And I was like, okay, cool, sure, fine, whatever. I wasn't really down for it, like, spiritually. Like, I was down for it, but like I wasn't in it spiritually. And then as time went by, you know, I gained my faith back. I was like, okay, I'm starting to feel God, I'm starting to hear God a lot more. And you know, I didn't realize that how badly we were under spiritual attack. And And I don't want to say or think that it was because of me and what I did, because essentially what I did was some sort of magic, to be quite honest. And that's just not what I was taught. That's not something that I was used to doing, you know. That's just not me. It wasn't me at all. I was portraying somebody else, and just really fasting and praying and talking to God, and just kind of like, yo, like, what's up, like, what's going on? And what kind of spurred me to do this video, because, you know, I was just kind of like, wasn't sure if that was what it is, you know, but what kind of inspired me to do this video, because I wasn't sure what to do for today. I'm just being 100% transparent with y'all. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for today's video. But I wish I saved her video so I can tag her in this. But if I find it, I'll do it. But she said, she was replying to a comment from her video, and the comment was like, oh, manifestations are of God. And she was saying, no, they're not. Faith is. Manifestations are, hold on. So her response to that was just kind of like, manifestations are not of God. What it is that manifestations are thinking that you can do it. You know, you are speaking things that are for your selfish gain, whereas faith and prayer is believing that God can, and humbling yourself and knowing that he can, and he is the one that gets all the glory and the praise, and not you. And when I tell y'all, that convicted me to the max, and I was like, that's what it is. That is what God was trying to tell me, was not only to keep the faith, but to be humble and to trust in him. And that just shook me to my core. I was like, well, I know what video I'm going to be talking about, because I feel like it's just so important to really discuss those things with, you know, not only people my age, or people younger than me, people older than me, people who are kind of confused as to, you know, what manifestations are, kind of going through a spiritual identity crisis that I was, you know, that I was going through. And that was just so powerful. And like I said, if I could find her name and that TikTok, I will put it down below. But I say all this whole point of this video is kind of a form of encouragement, and kind of like a little testimony. And I just want to encourage, you know, believers that God sees you, he understands you, he hears you, and through trials and tribulations come endurance. You know, everything will work out for your good and for the glory of God. It will all make sense. And with this new year that's coming, you know, I just feel so good. I feel at peace. I feel excited, because I just have a better tunnel vision of what to pray for, what my goals are, and just really trusting in God, because this is what this year was about. This whole year, it was not even a test, y'all. This whole year was war. I was in war. Now, when I tell y'all, this year whooped my behind. So I just want, you know, you all to know that I understand. I am here for you. If you guys want to talk, feel free to email me or DM me on my social medias. I have no issue just kind of talking to other believers and people in general, just for encouragement. I have no issue doing that, because trust me, I understand. So I just want to end this video by just encouraging you. God loves you. It is hard, I know. Trust me, I know, I understand, but your story isn't over. And I'm not gonna be the ones that say God gives, you know, his toughest soldiers like all the problems. I don't like that, because it doesn't help and it's not fair. You don't have to be strong. Give it to God. It will all work out. He will fight your battles. And I'm just so excited to take you guys on this journey next year of just all of the things that we have been praying for, that we have been fasting for, and just giving God glory for that. And if you guys want more videos, sorry y'all, my camera cut out. But if you guys want more videos like this, please let me know. I have no issue talking about my faith and how I got here and different things like that. So comment down some ideas down below of what kind of content, spiritual Christianity content that you guys want. But yeah, I thank you guys so much for watching, for being a part of this journey, and for giving me the space to just be myself and just love on y'all pretty much. So yeah, you guys, I just want to really end this video with with my favorite verse of all time that has gotten me through the valleys of the valleys, and it's Jeremiah 29:11. For I know plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to give you a hope and a future. I'm paraphrasing, but I'll put it on the screen. I love you guys so much, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and I will see you guys in my next video.